can you play Seven Nation Army? I'm like, come on, man. Like,
I've been doing that since I started.
I learned this in 8th grade.
Give it up.
It's like, but yeah, I mean, the dude's a master. There's a reason why he's at where he's at, and the cell phone thing is something that I don't understand. I'm not shitting on it or anything like that. I don't get it, but I'm also not like super filthy rich and have like
highly eccentric.
Right.
So it's like he pays for that though.
Sure.
Like that's what's nuts is he takes a pay cut to enforce the locking of phones.
Right.
So I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like I respect where you're coming from. I loved it. I thought it was great.
It is cool. It forces
there's zero
you.
distraction.
Right.
And you're plugged
that
in.
is cool.
So
that is cool. I respect that. I
different
totally
too.
can appreciate that.
Say what?
I think it's great.
I'm saying it's different too. 'Cause
Yeah.
no one else is doing it.
No one else is doing
So,
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
Like if maybe one day if we ever make it into some way, we'll do something weird. Like you have
Tool
to,
does the same. Tool did the same thing. They,
really?
they haven't gone to the extent of locking up phones, but it was like a couple of my buddies that saw them recently at the Coliseum were like, yeah, they were like, be respectful, like please don't take out your phones. And I think on the very last song they were like, all right, fuckers, if you guys want to take out your phones and videotape this last song, and everybody was like, thank God,
The entire stadium lights up.
like freaking out over here. Isn't that crazy though?
I've been waiting for this moment.
It's like everybody just feels compelled. Like we just got to have those things out. We
Yeah.
got to be recording.
Yeah.
Even I'm sure you guys have seen it. Like you like pour like one of those fancy ass drinks that you were talking about, like the little smoky. Whatever, the
Everybody
smoke.
pulls the phone out.
Everyone's like, oh my god, like, I pull my
what's
phone
that?
out. Like,
And they'll never watch it again.
I mean, shit. Like I can never take a bite of the food I ordered because my wife always wants to take a
Yeah,
picture of
yeah.
it first. My God.
put the smoke in slow
I love
motion.
you, honey.
Can you do that again?
Yeah.
Hold on, run it back.
When I was
Yeah.
when I was
One more time.
Just
One more
make
time.
sure.
One more time.
Act
my
natural.
first New Year's Eve at the Yard House, right? I don't know if I told the story on over the air before, but first New Year's Eve at the Yard House, I had just started working there. Evan had trained me. I did really well, so they put me in the service hall. AKA, they were like, "You're good enough."
Devil's ass.
You got this. You're the best.
Oh, service.
You're like, I made it, and then you're like, fuck.
Yeah, no. So like, I remember it was like I think Ripley was either in the service hall the year before.
Yeah,
that
he was.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's like
Good luck,
tapping me on my
man.
should tap me on the shoulder.
Sub one.
He's like, look, man,
Oh,
you
man.
got it.
So
but what I want to tell you,
we
it's
got
like,
your back?
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. So like me, I love a good challenge. So I'm like, fuck yeah, like let's
Yeah.
fucking get it, you know. And I will tell you that I've never been so fucking busy in my life. Where every applied piece of like self mental like care or help or guidance or whatever, stress help or whatever the fuck you want to call it, I had to put it into like action like that night because I remember Jackie Birch, who is going to have to be
Well, I
on
always say
season
that
2.
she's
Your
great.
self-exit plan?
She's got to come in. She's got to be here.
Evan's there. Evan's like fucking zen as shit. Jackie's just badass. And I'm in the service hall and I'm like, I fucking got this. I got there early, dude. I slept the night before. I drank water. I stretched. I mean, it was like a thing. I came in like I was about to
Ready to
fucking
go.
go to the fucking Super Bowl, bro. I was
Bring
like,
it.
let's fucking
Bring
do
it.
it. Hour there, hour early. So we get into the heat of things. And I'm like, I got this. Things are happening. It's all good. This, that, and the yada, yada, yada. So I look over the fucking service wall. I've got fucking 20 tickets down. This is not fucking with you. They're literal 20 tickets down across this fucking service wall, 10 and 10.
3 to 5 drinks on a ticket.
With tickets, right?
Lord.
With the tickets now all the way on the ground. I've now had the lesson in humility for the night, right? Because I was like, fuck it, I got it, I'm good, I got it. Jackie comes by on the bar. She goes, Chris, do you want any help? And I go, I think I do. You know what I mean?
You got any scissors? We cut this.
I'm like, can you just shack all the beers that you can? You know, we're going to get caught back up. But I was like stressing myself out because like you're so focused in on this like one thing, on making drinks for the restaurant, that you never get an opportunity to look up, right? So at this time, I'm like, fuck, like, I don't even know if I'm doing well. Like, are people having a good time? Like,
Right.
you know, it's New Year's Eve. Like, am I fucking bombing the restaurant? Or do the servers fucking hate me? Like,
I'm ruining
what is
everything.
going on?
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
look up, and there's this fucking Asian woman across the fucking away from me. She's videotaping me, right? Fucking flashlight on. I'm oblivious to this the whole fucking night. Flashlight on, like videotaping me in the service wall. And I'm like, what is she doing? And I look, and there are more Chinese or Asian women doing the exact same thing. And I'm like, oh, fuck, they're videotaping me. And somebody looks over at me.
It's
they're like-
live.
Yeah, somebody goes, yo, you're fast as fuck.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh, there you go.
and I was like, well,
right, I am.
yeah. Well, like, are you fucking like? I look around and I took a second. I'm like, everyone in this place is fucking having a great time. It's packed. The who the fuck was that? The God, who was playing that year? June.
Hey, Jealousy?
No. the band.
Gin Blossoms?
Gin Blossoms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gin
We played
Blossoms
with them.
Yeah.
Gin Blossoms were
guys.
playing in town center, and it
Yeah.
was fucking busy, right? So I'm like, oh, okay. Starting to get like air confidence on myself. All the things start kicking in. I'm like, it's just drinks, dude. Like, it's all good. Everyone's having a good time. You're having a good time. Like, you know, this, that, another. I see the video cameras. I'm like, oh, you like what I'm doing? Because I'm like, I'm doing working flair. You know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
my style, right?
Right.
And I'm like, fuck, you want to see something? Like, fuck yeah. And I go to fucking flare something. I knock one of the fucking, the yards over the, it like fucking, it was like a yard of, fucking Angry Orchard or, Bold Rock or some shit.
Something with a smell.
Something with and
Something with apple
smashes-
juice.
It doesn't smash into the wall. It like knocks itself forward and smash glass. And I was like, okay, back to regular shit.
Yeah. Don't let it get to you too much. Yeah. Well, that's actually pretty good because you always see like Americans going over to like Asia or something, then they're like, I don't know, like flipping dough or something. They're like, whoa, like doing it crazy. And the Americans are sitting there like, whoa, this is crazy. You know? Or they're doing something really fast, you know, and they're like chopping up, you know, fish or whatever at like the market or something. So that coming from that culture, they appreciated your hustles. So that's cool. A culture that like breeds hustlers, like that's
God,
like
they're fucking-
so that's tight.
What do you think the coolest place that you've ever played music has been? And I mean like biggest. You know what I mean? It could be like someone's fucking house, yada yada.
Like most
Influential to you?
most memorable.
Yeah.
I mean, playing in Centennial Park in Atlanta was really cool. Playing a big old stage like that. That was probably the biggest stage that we've ever played outside of American Music Fest was really cool. We did that opening up for the Plain White Tees and the Goo Goo Dolls. The Goo Goo Dolls, by the way, just like absolutely slayed it. Like we've opened up for so many '90s bands, dude. Like I've practically like it's crazy, but like
Gin
and
Blossoms,
it's so
Goo Goo
cool.
Dolls.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
the
That's
Gin
awesome.
Blossoms, you know, the Goo Goo Dolls. All American, or they were more like the 2000s. All American Rejects, you know, all these, you know, but that was really cool, you know, mostly because it was like a hometown thing, a big stage. You know, all of our friends and stuff were all out there. Those are probably two of the most memorable shows, but one that I can really recall that is within the last couple of years when we opened up for the All American Rejects out in Maryland. It's like this. The venue, the amphitheater, has like this huge long name that I can't remember. It's kind of like Veterans Home Loan, whatever the hell, whatever they're calling it nowadays.
Right.
It's kind of the same thing, like the equivalent of that out in Maryland, but like it's all made out of wood.
it
Like
made- oh, no.
the entire structure.
Oh, that's cool.
The stage, the overhead, you know, everything is made out of wood. Well, it's cool until it's like monsooning out, you know.
yeah,
So, and we were driving through, you know, to get to this show. We were like driving through this like rural parts of Maryland, like. There's a huge like Mennonite presence there, so it's like monsooning out, and there's of course this guy. He's got his freaking horse and buggy, and he's like riding along, and it's just like, boy, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
of them
what?
right next to each other,
I'm
one
like,
won't go
come
faster
on,
than the
man.
other.
Yeah, and I'm like, this guy, but
damn it, every time.
but he did have a blinker. So when we saw that,
Was it a small child like flashing his fist?
No, it was an actual,
out
it was an
flashlight,
actual like
Jebediah.
electric blinker that flashed like the right color.
Oh, that's great.
And
You're
so-
cheating. You're
so
cheating,
I was like, whoa. And I actually I remember like saying something about it. I was just like, my buddy Sean Chag, I had the Storm Photography, was riding with me at the time. He does a lot of like local stuff around here and goes to like festivals and stuff. But he was with me at the time, and I was like, oh my God. he's got a blinker. That's crazy. So he pulls off into like his little like, little like pasture or whatever the hell, like going back to like their community. And then we passed this other place called Fort Nonsense, believe it or not. I couldn't believe what was going on. We get out to this venue. It's all wood.
We were on mushrooms.
I was like, this is cool. There was no mushrooms involved
Just joking.
in that experience. But I can tell you some shit, but we won't go there today. Maybe after this is done. But we get there and it's this all like wood structure or whatever, and it was a huge show, but it's just pouring down rain. So we get up there and we play, and I was like, I'm not really sure. The tickets were non-refundable, so that gave me. I was like, well, these people are going to show up no matter what, like even if it is pouring down rain, because they're going to want to see. And the Rejects, they don't play, they don't tour a whole lot. So anyway, so we walk out on stage to play, and it's like this like sea of people, all in ponchos.
Fuck yeah.
And it's pouring down rain. And we just, we gave our 45 minutes, and then we saw the Rejects come out and do their thing. And I'll tell you what, man, those guys put on an awesome show. And the lead singer, I can't remember what his name is, but he was just like crushing it. And just the whole band was just like getting soaked, and everybody was just like soaking wet, but having the greatest time. And that's true showmanship right there. When you can get out there and just like, just do a badass set and have everybody enjoying it no matter what's going on. That's cool.
Would you call that the feeling of rock and roll?
That is the gospel of rock and roll, my friend.
There it is.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I love it.
Yep. Absolutely. It's always nice to tap into. It's always nice to have to be able to see it, to be able to see it on the other end. That's really cool. That's always cool. For sure.
I fucking love rock and roll.
Mm-hmm. Who doesn't, man?
Everybody
loves
it. This is fucking like moves you. You know what I'm saying? You get like a thing in you and you just fucking go. It's whatever energy that's in you. At least the way that I feel about it. It's like the energy that's there. You know what I'm saying?
Does the something in the water stuff really excite you guys? Like coming from a bar industry, like seeing a lot more growth in the area and
It excites me. It excites me two different reasons. One, because now we get to take this thing that we've enjoyed, aka Virginia Beach,
Sure.
and cultivate it. Essentially, we've all helped cultivate the culture of Virginia Beach,
Sure.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And we get to show this to people and get the validation from them that we're doing a good job.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
Because most of the people that we have that come here, they come from like Ohio, you know what I mean, and
Pennsylvania.
Specifically Ohio. There are a lot of Ohioans. And West Virginia, too, I would say a lot of people. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they come over to Virginia Beach and they're like, "Oh, this is great," but they've never seen the fucking ocean before, or yada yada. You know what I'm saying? Like I've met so many people, and it's not even a sense of like me like not poking at them. You know what I mean? But like I even met a guy. This is like 4 years ago. I was in Shuckers. And he's just kind of there, just kind of very down, and like I just so happened to sit next to him ordering food, and he just sparks conversation with me. And I'm not always the one to. I've gotten a lot better at it as I've gotten older to be able to hold a conversation, especially when I'm out and I'm not working, But like this guy, you can just tell that like his energy like just needed someone to listen to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like I just listen to him. I'm like, tell me about it. What are you here for? Where are you from? You know what I mean? Like I'm actually interested in what you have to say, you know. And the dude was in town. His dad died not too long ago. He took his dad's money that his dad gave him, and that was like him. It was him and his dad's journey to come and see the ocean. Well, his dad passed away before that, so the money that he got from his dad passing away, he used it to book a trip to Virginia Beach. And I'm hearing this shit happen. I'm like, and these conversations we have, like, I have them often. Not often, but more than I feel like I should. You know what I mean? I'm like, God damn, that's some deep ass shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen to this guy tell me a story. He's like, 40 plus years old, has lived in fucking somewhere in like the middle part of America, has never seen the fucking ocean before, and he's sitting in Shuckers, sitting right next to me, talking to me about like his journey, and I'm like, well, have you seen the ocean yet? And he's like, no, I got in, I went to the whatever, and I came to the bar, and I'm like, I've got your tab. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Let's take a walk.
get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? The ocean is fucking 2 blocks that way.
Yeah, literally.
You don't fucking come back until you go and see it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, like, for something in the water, being able to bring like the experience and kind of the magic that I feel like we've kind of forget about because we work here like in a day to day, we live here in a day to day, of what Virginia Beach is to other people. I think that's beautiful. Like, and then the other aspect of it is like monetarily. You know what I mean? Like,
Totally.
it's that's a great part of it too. But the main part that I fucking really